So, I'm trying to understand existence. Uh, I'm going to try to explain some things. And you know me, I'm going to get weird. But I'm going to get real. Let's start around September. Uh, there was somebody that I was extremely fond of. And I thought I was making a difference. Not because I projected myself. They came to me and said, "You were the reason I got out of my dark spot." I don't like, if any of you know what doxing means, I'm not gonna put out what is, who that person was. I'm not a rat. If, if you want to know what it is that I'm saying, you're going to have to research it. This particular individual, I remember living in bright apartments. And I remember just being like, geez, oh, Pete. And out of nowhere, this human being texted me and said, the only reason I made it through rehab was because of the songs you wrote and who you wrote them with. That part I'm not going to tell you. And I was like, wow, how are you? I always thought you were an amazing person. Well, me and this person kept connecting with me on like a day to day basis. Day to day. Like maybe sometimes several times a day. I'm reading things and what this person was saying. I'm reading things and I'm like, yeah, yeah. These are already things I've been through in my life. How do you get over addiction? How do you get over what you thought was right and you were wrong? So, me and this person talked and talked and talked. I guess I gotta say this at this point in time. It was a girl. And it was a really beautiful girl. Like, literally, one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met in my life. There was a night that she came and met me. I took her up the street to a bar. I almost wished it would. I wished it wasn't that experience, but as we went up there, actually, it became really cool. One of the bartenders. I'm gonna get real here. The guy goes, he out of nowhere, he looks at her and he goes, "I hope you brought a lot of toilet paper, because this man's the shit." I swear I'm not lying to you. This is on this side. That what was said. And at the moment, I was like, "Holy cow! How fun is that?" And it was fun, but we went back to my house. I thought she was going to go home. She laid down on my bed and asked me to hold her. And I did. I'm sorry, anyone else that's hearing this. It's the most beautiful woman I have ever laid my hands on. It is. Within our conversations before this, we understood that we were deep friends. And then there was a little tickle of maybe we could be something. And I'd learned enough about addiction, which she had just got over, that I told her, you have to be sober for at least a year. And this was like 6 months in. I laid next to her. I held her. The next morning, we got up. She went to where she had to go, and I went to where I had to go. Online, she posted a song that I wrote and said, "I'd love to be that girl." Okay, so we went through this, then she spun out of control. But she hung on to me really hard. But that year mark, it didn't happen. I wasn't going to do this to my kids. I already been through this through my ex-wife. I mean, you act like something's going to happen and then you don't have the fortitude to make it happen. And then things can get bad. So I sat and wait. And then I got a message that said, I need to leave. I was like, wait, I will help you. Don't do this. I will help you. I mean, we're talking like heroin, and and she. So around September, somebody gave me a hint that she possibly had died. I don't know if that is completely true. The only way I can know that is talk to people, family. And it terrifies me to make them have that conversation with me. So that particular night, in September, I lost myself. And on the way home, about a mile and a half away from my house, I got an OWI, a DUI, whatever you want to call it. Since then, I owned it. I owned it completely. It was my mistake. I realized right then I had to change myself. I had to. I let my children down. I let my anybody that depended on me, I let them down. Within that experience, whole another thing. It's really funny. The job I had at the time, they thought they were going to have to fire me. They didn't. They said Christian values. And they weren't going to leave me. I got 3-4 raises. I mean, God given. Someone came and represented me in court. Did an amazing job. Everything held true. My older daughters, I can't explain this, but everybody was there for me. Almost made me mad. Because I realize if I deserve a punch, punch me. If you deserve one, I'll punch you. But this was one of those moments where I deserved a punch. And everybody had nothing but grace to me. So right around January this year, it was all going to be done. Was getting ready to get into court. Oh, yeah. Here's the bullshit. And I'm going to say this because it dumb. I went into court right after September because my ex-wife was in the rears of paying child support. I go into a court case because she is in contempt. She brings a lawyer and says, well, I want custody. Wait a minute. Is that even... Wait. What? I want custody of the children I'm not even paying child support for. Is that even allowed? Judge, let it happen. And I have no issues with all of this. I was bum rushed. What? Sucker punched. What? At the end of the day. Why? Now, check this out. I had a job. Killing it. Certification. I kept studying. And every certification, I got a raise. I've heard off to the side bragging about Ted, bragging about you. Got a call on a Sunday afternoon. We can no longer use you. Why? Literally, I stood up. Why? What? Talked a lot with the guys that I trained within that job. Some of them called me literally almost in tears. The only reason I am good at all is because of the knowledge you gave me. Guy from a Dominican Republic, and just another young boy that came from a really traumatic divorced family. Dude, God put me there for those men. I know it. They called me back and they were like, what is going on? I don't know. I know that the big guy had excuses, but they were poor. They were poor excuses. So I really had to just think over and over and over again, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? It felt like my divorce. Why did this ridiculous human being decide to destroy what is instead of working it out? So then I find out that a competitor company, a guy decided to leave there, very mutual, because they were getting ready to fire him. He came over. This guy was on deck. He was willing to work for a lot less money than what I was already worth. I spent about a month to 2 months trying to figure out what. I had a job, but it was kind of it got paid a lot of money, but it wasn't consistent money. So, and even that guy told me, he goes, if you need to do it, go. The company that guy came from, I didn't even apply to them. They came to me and they were, hey, we found you online. Not only that company, 2 other companies. I had not put out a resume. I didn't apply to anybody. They came to me. One of them wanted me to move to Louisville, and that would have been a very lucrative job. But I was going to have to pull my kids. And I said it in the interview. There's no way I'm taking my kids away from what they got right now. One of the other jobs said, you're going to have to move to Indianapolis. One was like, you got to move to Louisville. The other one said, you're going to have to move to Indianapolis. I was like, I'm not moving. I'll drive. I will spend my day driving. But I'm not doing that to my kids. The other job flat out said, we will not make you do this. Then they called me back the next day and said, you're better than the job that we auditioned you for. It's like, in my life, that doesn't even make any sense. Wait a minute, you're saying I'm overqualified? It doesn't. They were like, well, it's not that we're saying you're overqualified. But if we have another position, we're not going to post it online. We're going to call you. I was defeated. I was hurt. There was no way. I mean, I was mad. And right when I was at my weakest moment, that company called me back. And they were like, can you come in tomorrow? Oddly enough, somebody's leaving. And you went in and I auditioned. It's, you know what I mean. I auditioned. And I'll be a son of a gun. They were like, you're perfect. You're perfect for this. I thought it was perfect for the last one. Okay, I'm perfect for this one. Then as I get into the company, they explained to me why they thought they would kill my spirit if I went to the other job. Well, thank you for that. Because now I have a job. And I am going to kill it. I'm going to do so good. I have everybody there. All right. The person I used to work for, I almost see him trying to take a little credit for this. Well, the reason you got this job is because of what you gotta be kidding me. I fought and earned. So here's the thing. Talked to my mom about this today. There's 2 farmers. One prepares. Wait a minute. I'm going to say this wrong. 2 farmers. Both pray for rain. They want to harvest. And they both pray for the rain. One farmer prays and just sits. Dear God, give me stuff. Dear God, things are good. Give me stuff. Give me stuff. Give me stuff. The other farmer says, Dear God, give me rain. And he goes, he prepares for the rain. Now, when the rain comes, this farmer's soil, rain comes down, washes off into the creeks and rivers, topsoil gone. It like, yay, we got rain. Wait, this isn't working out. Why is this not possibly working out? The other farmer, the rain comes, goes down his irrigation channels. He has a great harvest. Cain and Abel, if you think about it. Cain kind of believed in God, but didn't try. I prepared for the rain. Believe me, I prayed for the nutrients of the rain. And it came. And I prepared. Once I did that, the person, I don't even understand this, the person that did probably the most evil thing, I mean, I'm talking the week I was going into, I talked about I got a DUI. I was going in for the last court case. In the same week, I was going in because, I don't know why, but my ex-wife just thought she was going to get custody of the kids I had for 8 years already. Because she struck while the iron was hot. It was all opportunist crap. I prepared for the rain. And I now have a job. I wound up getting, all right, the company I was working for that hired this guy, he was already going to get fired from there from what I'm kind of getting. And believe me, it's not from this side. I'm hearing everything about where he went and the position that took me. And people talk through out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak, or whatever. He took a massive pay cut to go where I was, so they got rid of me. I went to the company he was at, and I got a pretty decent pay raise. The people that let me go tries to take somewhat credit of the certifications that I have because they allowed me to get those certifications. Do you realize how complex this world is? I mean, as we go to vote for people and we go to champion people and we go to do, this place is ridiculous. And what you need to do is understand where you're at and what needs to be and who God is. I just already told you several times, I am not without fault. But at a crucial juncture, where somebody could have earned more money by getting rid of me, right in the time period where I needed them. And I sat for a month terrified. And God came through for me. I'm within this, I'm not saying other people are bad, or I know I prepared for the rain the whole time. I told God, I am at fault for these circumstances. I held my anxiety down massively. Like better than I ever have in my life. And right when I couldn't control it anymore, like I started having nightmares, all of a sudden, somebody I didn't put out a resume for, God brought it to me. And then the first week of work, this last week, and it's kind of funny. I don't want to start projecting names because I just try to be careful with this. I just want the message to come through. I wish I could kind of put the names in on this. But the company I'm working for, if you know who I am in the red, white, and blue, and who I am, I could not be more proud that I am where I am and what I'm doing and what I'm going to do and how good I'm going to do it. The kids, I got a court case coming up, and I can only have faith that God doesn't need to be on my side with my kids. He's got to be on their side. And I don't take credit for how good my kids are, but I'll tell you this. You'll never find a bigger love than the way I love my kids. It's not outside of the norm. It's true. It's right there. It's not me bragging upon myself. It is true and it's real. The only reason I decided to have this conversation and just toss this out into the world, because it's real. And if it was this hard on me, I can imagine the fractions that are out there, of the people that are terrified. And it's not about right here. Go here, but it's about your faith. Let your discernment understand your faith. Let this go to here. And let that go to there. And let it take a while. That's the thing. That's what discernment is. That's the thing. Faith. I mean, Abraham. he if you got to read the Bible and the whole deal, but when it come to Isaac and Ishmael, if Abraham would have just hung out and let Isaac and not brought Hagar involved. Just let Sarah do it. I would have screwed things up too. And I'm going to continue to screw things up. But I know once I'm patient and his faithfulness, what he does to me, I got to tell the rest of you about it. And the rest is up to me to be faithful enough to him to make this a good thing. You all be great. And I hope anybody that listens through the fruition of this, that it does something for you. Because it should. Because it means something and it's solid. As far as this increment of the conversation that I'm talking about right now, I was destroyed a month and a half ago. And I have the opportunity to be fulfilled today. You all be amazing. I love you all. And I hope this is better than any song that I've ever written. Because we all deserve it.